So the first bug I'm demonstrating is this pass bug that I posted about. Zhang Yan is going to attack my army that is sitting behind Gu Pass. He is both at war with me and Gao Gan here, and I can show you that real fast. See right here. Now, you can see the gate's sphere of influence around it if I hover over it, much like any city. So since he's at war with Gao Gan, he should be able to enter this circle. So, just watch what happens. He clips into the gate and ambushes my army. We can delegate this real fast. And now he will be stuck inside the gate's sphere of influence, unable to move. Gao Gan will then attack him and he'll retreat. So the AI is not respecting gates' spheres of influence at all. Alright, so for the second bug, load it up here. This is the bug of the vanishing ancillaries, specifically an elephant in this case. Alright. So I've got an elephant mount here, and it's not being equipped to anyone. I can sort of go through everybody to show you that it's not being equipped anywhere. We just hit end turn here. Alright. Now, where did the elephant go? The only thing I can possibly think of is the noble birth that occurs on this turn. That somehow the child of these two characters somehow stole the elephant. That's really the only thing I can think of in this case. Other than that, I'm now out an elephant. It just vanished. The next bug is the Yuan Shu declare bug. Let me make sure I got the right save here. So this one involves the declare your intentions dilemma with Yuan Shu. Whenever you declare your intentions, there's a mix of buffs and one small downside. I'll sort of show you that here. So all I have to do here is hit end turn, but really quick we see that we have -20 faction influence with Sun Ce, and that's because my legitimacy is revered. You can see -20 here on Liu Chong, -20 on Cao Cao, and -20 on Liu Bei, just under negative factors there. Let's hit end turn. Alright, show me the dilemma. Here it is. So, aspiring emperor. You can see at the bottom, -25 diplomatic relations with Han Empire factions. Keep that in mind. 25 diplomatic relations with vassals. Keep that in mind. So, let's announce your ambition. Sun Ce was at -20. He's still at -20 because for some reason his faction is not tagged as a Han faction. If we look at Liu Chong, -45 influence. That's that -20 plus that -25. That's working just fine. Cao Cao, -45, working just fine. -45, working just fine. -45, working just fine. So now let's vassalize Liu Bei. Let's see here. Demand subservience. Liu Bei. Doesn't really matter. We're not continuing this campaign. Alright. Mediate peace. So, we should see that -45 dropped down to -20, since Liu Bei is now both my vassal and a Han faction. it's still at negative 45 faction influence. This should have jumped up to negative 20 if everything was working properly. So we can see here, oops, wrong button. All the way down here, plus 25 diplomatic relations with vassals and tributaries, negative 25 diplomatic relations with Han Empire factions, and negative 20 diplomatic relations overall. So negative 45 should be the base for Liu Bei, plus this 25, but it's simply not. As far as I can tell, the public order part of that buff works, and some of the other pieces work, but specifically the vassal diplomatic relations does not work. Now for some battle shenanigans. There are a couple characters that were introduced in the Furious Wilds DLC that are tagged as non-mon cavalry when they simply aren't. Specifically Wei Yan. He's the worst case because he's a champion, and he suffers most from this issue. So I'll sort of show you in a matchup with Han Sui. They both have 86 base speed, so let's make sure the battle map is snowy. Perfect. Alright, so initially, we should be able to see from the tooltip that Wei Yan in the snow gets a horrendous melee evasion debuff and negative 25% speed, and both of the parentheses say non-mon light cavalry. Han Sui simply says heavy cavalry in the parentheses, and he only gets a small speed debuff. So we can tell that Wei Yan is clearly being tagged as the wrong kind of unit in this condition. And we can also demonstrate that it is in effect as well. We'll just have these guys do a quick race. Race up here. See, Han Sui pulls ahead of Wei Yan, despite both of their speeds being exactly the same. By a substantial margin. So the last bug is that of tigers interfering with duels. Now you probably won't come across this unless you're playing a lot of non-mon or you're invading the territory down in the southwest, but it's an issue nonetheless. It can be used to cheese some battles pretty easily. We'll do Shimoka. Give him 2 units of tigers, and he'll fight Lu Bu. What level? Flying General. This should be fine. We'll open the map up a little bit. Can we go to Anding or Shuofeng? Perfect. Alright, let's kick this off. The idea here is no unit should be able to interfere with the duel. If your units interfere with the duel, I believe it counts as a loss for your faction or your side of the battle. However, tigers are uniquely able to interfere with duels. Alright. Just gotta kick this duel off. Lu Bu should be willing to duel. He is. Gotta make sure the tigers get in and are able to interfere. Release the tigers. And we'll just watch. Oh man, Lu Bu's already getting wrecked. We might have to redo this. You can already see that they can interfere with that sphere of influence. I'll do a quick rebalance of this. I might need to lower Shimok's level or increase Lu Bu's level real fast. Flying General. We'll try the Warrior with that equal. See if this evens things up a little bit. I'll leave Smoke back here a little bit. Get these guys a little closer so the tigers can interfere earlier. There's the dual invitation. Alright. It will auto-accept, so we're going to use this time. Release the tigers. And you can see the tigers mauling Lubu while he fights Shimoke. He's inevitably going to lose. And there you have it. I'm not going to highlight any more of the bugs. Some of the other ones are pretty nebulous, and I've lost a lot of the save files, so I'll sort of leave it at that for now. Thanks for watching.